Good morning, it's Kathy. It is Saturday, April 11th, 2020. I'm a CPA, a Chartered Professional Accountant in London, Ontario, Canada, and here is my daily update. So happy Easter Saturday. I just wanted to mention if you have not been out yet today and you're planning on doing some shopping, please reconsider if you really don't need to do any shopping today. Today is traditionally a very busy shopping day. I remember this from when I was a cashier at Zellers. Good Friday the stores would be closed, and Easter Sunday the stores would be closed, and so the Saturday in between was always very busy, and that's how it's going to be, especially now with all the social distancing in place at the stores. So the stores, when I came through London to get to my office, they were already really lined up. So please reconsider shopping today if you don't need to. Okay, update today is for the for individuals, the CERB again, CERB and EI. So first thing, again, I mentioned this the last couple days, some people have received 2 times $2,000 for the CERB already this week. And I've heard both from official sources, reliable sources. Yes, this is correct, and it is for people who went to zero income very early on. The $4,000 is meant to cover them from, it's partly retroactive, so it's supposed to cover from the middle of March to the middle of May, and that's correct. So you'll need to manage that $4,000. So that's correct in that way, but other people are online saying, I don't think I should have gotten $4,000. And anyway, yesterday CRA came out with an infographic on their social media that said, if you've received $4,000 in error, we will be in contact with you. So I think for the most part it's correct. If you got the $4,000, it's probably correct, but if you think it might not be correct, then there's a possibility it's an error. So yeah, that's clear as mud. But anyway, you know your situation best, so just manage your money until you find out for sure. Okay, so next thing is the CERB taxable. I'm going to keep saying this every time I come on here. Yes, the CERB is taxable. They're just not withholding tax when they give it to you. So you're getting the full $2,000 now. You will get a tax slip in February of next year, probably a T4E. You will need to put this on your tax return. The amount that you get for the CERB will be added to the income that you have before this period and after this period. It may put you into a tax payable position on your income tax return, even if you're traditionally getting a refund. If this makes you uncomfortable, try to put some money aside right now to pay for the tax. 10, 15, 20%. I can't estimate. Those are good rough numbers, but I don't know what your income is, and nobody knows what your income is going to be after this ends. So that's an idea. But if your budget cannot manage to put money aside right now, that's fine too. I got a good suggestion from one of my clients, Shauna, this week, and she works with the people who at her workplace. She's getting a lot of questions, and she came up with this great idea, is when you go back to work, just ask your employer to withhold a bit of extra tax. That's a mechanism that's been in place forever. You can do that. Or if you can't manage to do that or don't want to do that, you can just wait till you do your tax return next year and pay the taxes. It won't be due until April 20th, 2021, presumably. That's the regular date. I'm assuming we're going to go back to that regular date for next year. So there's that. Last thing I want to talk about is if you are in a somewhat unusual or complicated EI situation and you're trying to resolve that, it's going to be very hard to get on the CERB right now using the online system because your situation is not going to fit into the questions that they're asking you. So for the example that was given to me by a friend was mom's home with a new baby, and dad was taking parental leave, which is through the EI system. So now he's done the parental leave or wants to finish the parental leave, wants to go back to work, contacts his employer. Employer says, no, you can't come back to work. Everybody's laid off. You need to go onto regular EI or onto the CERB now. So he doesn't fit into the boxes when you do the online CERB application. So traditionally with a situation like that, you would maybe go to the Service Canada office. You may not be aware of this, but after the big rush with the EI, the massive influx of EI applications a couple weeks ago when I said, do not go to the Service Canada offices, they're totally overrun. So what happened was the Service Canada offices were really not a good place to be. There was no social distancing put in place. We didn't have all these protocols back then. And there was no safety equipment for the staff, and they felt very unsafe. So under the advice of their union, and I agree, I support this, they walked off the job. And so what the government decided was they couldn't put the protocols in place fast enough, so they just closed the offices. So those offices, Service Canada offices, are closed from now for the foreseeable future. So the way you're going to solve these unusual situations is the 1-800 Service Canada number, or the, yeah, if you're coming off of EI for another reason than this situation, I would say you're going to try the 1-800 Service Canada number. And yes, you're going to have to wait, and yes, your call may get dropped. But what I would suggest is that I think as time goes on, we're going to see that those wait times and call droppings are going to decrease, because a lot of people's issues have already been resolved, so they won't be calling in anymore. The other thing is that a lot of those people who were frontline staff, they've all been redeployed. A lot of them are at home working the phones now. So there's way more people on the phone lines than there was 2 months ago. So even though you don't know that things are happening behind the scenes, there's a ton of stuff happening behind the scenes with these federal agencies. People are being redeployed, retrained, home phone lines, secure phone lines are being set up. All this stuff is happening. So please, nothing's going to get fixed this weekend. I don't know, maybe the phone lines are open this weekend, but just be patient. You will get your situation resolved. It's unfortunate that you're not going to get the money coming in as fast as some of your friends. So I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer for that. Okay, that's it for today. Have a great day. It's sunny here again. Spring is definitely here. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow.